Hey guys, and welcome back to Cultured Boys, a show where two guys just want to have a chat. I'm Nathan, and as always, I'm joined by Pepe, and we are back for some more pitching.
Yeah!
Cultured Boys pitches, man.
Let's go!
Yeah!
Right. So, for anyone that doesn't know the concept of Cultured Boys pitches, it's kind of like we choose three kind of subjects at random, and they're different kind of forms of media, different genres, different subgenres.
Yes.
And we mix them all up in a random number generator, and we spit something out, and myself and Nathan have to come up with a pitch for that idea.
And an added rule is that you can create any supplementary content you want for your pitch, be it a poster, character designs, a trailer, whatever you got the time to, but we normally only give ourselves about 7 days.
Yeah, roughly.
So, on top of our IRL real day lives, that doesn't always happen.
More in my case than Nathan's. But anyway, though.
I try, but
Yeah.
So this week was a very interesting one.
Yeah, it was. Well, I'll let you say the subject of it.
This week is a mining documentary anime.
Yeah.
And there was the added layer of interest to me that we almost forgot to pick the topics, like the words, the buzzwords.
Yeah.
I remembered on I think Tuesday or something, and then I was like, "Hey, here's the thing, by the way. Good luck for Sunday."
It's like even more time pressure. The fact that it was less time. However, I don't think time would have been a really big help in this. In the fact that the mining documentary anime is such a random combination as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, but. I actually did have fun with this though, because it's just sort of
Yeah.
trying to figure out, because I don't know about you. Normally, me and Pepe, we struggle with different aspects of this. So Pepe normally focuses on one specific word, whereas I focus on another word.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know which for you this time, but I struggled on documentary.
I think it's the fact that it's documentary anime it's the combination of the two which really threw me, because how do you do a documentary anime? I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
Okay.
For me, the documentary anime thing has to be in combination with another genre.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you could just make a documentary anime and then it's too random for me. I don't know about you.
Wow, that's ironic. Too random for you.
But I've come up with something. I went on a mad idea raid last night. I think I started because I had a loose idea of what I had in mind probably about 2 days ago, and it's only yesterday I started writing down the ideas and forming it, and then it just transformed from thing to thing. And it came out with this. But I'll let you go first, Nathan, for what you want to go edit. Yeah.
Yes. Little context. We sent each other the info first, and I'm going first because I have less to talk about.
I'm interested about these.
But much like Pepe, well, actually, no, because after this, I had the idea almost instantly, and it was trying to flesh out the details. But I'll get into it. So, mining documentary anime. Where does one's brain go? And my brain instantly went Gold Rush, the TV show. Kind of a documentary. Kind of, not really, right? It's a reality show, but reimagine that as a Modern Family kind of thing, like a mockumentary style, right? So you still do the interviews, you still got all the drama and stuff, and they're still mining, but now it's anime, and they're under the ocean, right? They're in the deep sea. It's now called Deep Sea Gold Rush. Because I noticed every time they do something else, it's just Gold Rush with a subtitle or something Gold Rush. It's always got Gold Rush in there. But these are new characters, wholly original. So, Deep Sea Gold Rush, the anime, follows Takeshi Sato and his team of divers/miners and scientists as they venture into the deep ocean in search of gold. Sato is the leader of a team of 10, 6 miners/divers, and 4 scientists. We got Takeshi, the man himself, the MC. He's the one chasing all of this. He's the one with stars in his eyes. He's like, boys, everybody, there's gold in them rocks under there. We're going down. Let's get it. Then you got his second in command, his right-hand man, Ryuto Hajime. He's like gung-ho. He's all about it. He's like, yeah, let's do this, bro. There's definitely gold down there. We're going to be rich. We just somehow need to get the equipment. So he's a little more, like he's a little more smarter than Sato himself, like Takeshi. Takeshi's just too pro tag about stuff, he's too gung ho, he's just about doing it. Ryuto's the guy, he uses his brain. But he isn't the brains of the operation, because that's Kasumi Goji, the lead scientist. She's coming on board. She's a marine biologist, she knows all about the deep ocean. They need someone who knows what's going on, because these boys, they just know diving and they just know mining. And they just have resolve. There's really nothing else. They are shonen pro tags till the end, right? But Kasumi, she's the real brains. And then you got the foreman, Axel Pan. Yes, pun names. I did it, okay? Axel, like pickaxe.
Oh, okay.
And pan, like panning for gold.
God, okay, geez, okay. Okay. Like, you said it like pun. I was like, wait, where's the pun in there? There's okay, cool. Now I get it. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Your boy hates puns, but his brain knows them. Axel Pan is the most experienced gold miner. That's why he's the foreman. He's in charge of everyone else. And then the rest, they don't got names because they're just grunts. Okay, they just fill out the teams. But I sent Pepe my supplementaries, right?
Yeah.
You got the diver outfits.
Nice.
It's got cool little, that's like a rebreather helmet.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. When I first saw this, about 2 minutes ago, I looked, it's like, that's aliens? What the hell is this? Because you didn't explain to me the idea at that point either. So I was like, what on earth is this? It's just mad sciencey,
So I designed my own deep sea diving suit.
Okay, yeah.
That's a whole helmet, deep sea breather helmet.
Okay, yeah.
You can see the air tanks attached in the back, directly piped into the helmet, and then that's a deep pressure diving suit.
Okay.
So it looks thin, but it's it deals with all the pressure. They're all good. They don't even have to worry about it. And then that's their mining mech / submarine thing.
Okay, yeah. I get you. Oh, that's good.
I didn't have enough time. I was going to draw a lot more stuff. There was going to be a whole base, and I could have done actual character designs, but
no.
Yeah, and then there's the poster.
Yeah.
The Deep Sea Gold Rush
the
poster.
Yeah. I like that.
I looked at a bunch of their posters. They've always got a few members on the poster. But I thought, for the extra added effect, a couple of mechs in there, just to show that they're actually mining, because otherwise you're just looking at some dudes under the water.
Dudes under the water. Should have called it that. Dudes under the water.
Yeah, but where's the mining coming?
Mining dudes under the water.
But yeah, so that's basically it. It's
okay.
It is the reality / sort of mockumentary style of Gold Rush, but anime.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Because I haven't actually seen Gold Rush at all.
Neither have I.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Is it an older show, or is it a newer one? What is it?
Been around for a long time.
Is it? Okay, yeah.
They basically just do a new series. They go to a different area, but the people are pretty much the same.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's the same sort of crew, but they've been in the jungle. I'm pretty sure they've been into icy climates and stuff like that. They just go wherever they think there's gold.
So they've never done deep sea before. Is this the first time? Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know if there is gold in the deep sea. But
Yeah,
another.
It's anime, isn't it? If it's gonna be anything, you gotta try and experiment some stuff.
Well, also I thought it'd be different because initially I was always gonna do a Gold Rush kind of anime thing, right?
Okay, yeah.
But the initial thought was meteorites in space, Gold Rush in space. But then I was like, there's plenty of space anime, right?
Yeah.
I was like, under the ocean, dude, deep sea.
Yeah.
I had the inspiration for deep sea because I started thinking of old cartoons, and what was it, Sea Lab 2021 or something, or 2011 or something like that.
Okay.
It was an old ass cartoon.
Okay.
But basically it was like that.
I see. Okay. Fair. To be fair, now that you mention it about the space thing, there's so many space anime, and I'm trying to think of one deep sea anime, and it's there ain't many. There really, I can't even think of any right now. So fair play, you found a good niche there.
Yeah, and it's because it's also like it's like real life where we've
Yeah.
explored loads of space, but we haven't really explored a whole lot of the deep ocean because obviously we don't have the advanced technology to do so as well.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
But that's why I also thought deep sea because like we ain't seen it,
Yeah.
and you can imagine just as much about it.
It's mad. Okay, fair. That's really cool. I really like that idea, like the whole thing, like, and the whole obviously documentary is going to be unique anyway because there's no freaking documentary animes out there. Not that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, unreal, bro. Like the drawings are sick as well. Like I could actually like properly envision it with the stuff you sent me through and that.
Thank you.
I imagine like the gray stuff on the helmet is like it's supposed to be see through when it comes to it, right? And you'll see their faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just at the time when I drew this was supposed to be like one of the background characters, so that
Yeah.
you could just to be like, oh, that's what a mining diving suit looks like. And then I was gonna have one without like the helmet, but it was gonna be like one of the main characters.
Yeah.
Ran out of time, so
Bro, like honestly, yeah, that's like you made some shit there, so like some good shit. Fair play. Oh man. Yeah. Shit. Do I go on to mine or is there anything else?
no, I'm done. That's my pitch. Deep Sea Gold Rush, bro.
God. Okay, cool. let me get my notes up here because I sent this through to Nathan before. And, like honestly, this is like the longest thing I've ever written for.
It actually is. Pepe has never sent me notes this long.
So again, I was playing around with the idea of the whole mining thing. And originally I was like, how do I do a mining documentary in anime? I was thinking of, do I base it in real life? Do I go back to 1984 and focus on like a documentary team going to like the miners' strikes around that time? That was my initial idea.
Oh wow, interesting.
So that was like my thing, and then I ended up developing it more into something that I do best, which is making a comedy anime as well. So the series is called Action: Living Life on the Rocks. So it's a comedy documentary anime. You know those kind of ones like Psyche K and like arguably Roboco has been made into an anime as well.
Yeah.
Really short form, 10-minute long anime episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is I'm going to be reading here, so apologies if I end up like, because I've written so many notes, I'm going to freaking read them. If I'm not going to go off the cuff with this, there's a lot here. So Action: Living Life on the Rocks is a short form comedy series based around a documentary crew who are commissioned on a new piece about a mine. Goofy antics ensue as newcomer. Oh, you're going to love this, Nathan. As a newcomer to the industry, Sato Takahashi gets his first ever running job at Saturn Media. Okay, I have to pause here about description because very rarely, like, out of all the things we've done, me and Nathan have always been concerned about getting like our names of our series that we've created too close to each other, and sometimes they are really close. However, the fact that our main characters in both of our series that we've created are ridiculously closely named is
I know why that is though,
Yeah.
because whenever me and Pepe need a generic sounding Japanese male name, we always go with Sato, and it's always like Takeshi, Takahashi, like Toshi, like it's always T and S,
Yeah,
and it's always Sato, always.
It was either gonna be that Sato or what was it, Shota or something like that.
Oh god, I cannot believe Sato Takahashi and Takeshi Sato. Oh my god.
But when you mentioned it, I had to keep it to myself because I was like, "Shit, me, that's actually."
Oh my
I
God.
double checked on my notes. I was like, "Wait, what?"
That is amazing. You poker faced me so good. Oh my god.
But yeah. I'll reread that again because I think we both. Goofy antics ensue as newcomer to the industry. Sato Takahashi gets his first ever running job at Saturn Media, a production company.
Okay.
On his first day, Sato's dreams of working on a movie are quickly dashed, but he finds he won't be doing running in a studio and living his best movie on the set life. Instead, he'll be joining a crew as a runner and is shipped to an undisclosed location to film a documentary about a mine. So this is set in Japan. There's no real mining place in Japan, so I had to say undisclosed location because there's no Japanese mines. While on set, he meets a cast of ridiculous and wacky and colorful characters who are the documentary crew. Away from home and adjusting to life on set in a mining village in the middle of nowhere, how will Sato cope in his new job?
Okay.
Is the rundown. So basically it's a little like, you know, like the like kind of workplace comedy kind of style animes.
Yeah.
But it's about a documentary crew. So that's how I kind of got around that kind of thing.
Interesting.
The longest thing that I've written in my pitch is actually character descriptions that I've come up for this, because realistically with these kind of anime, the characters are the things that are carrying it a lot of the time. So I'm going to run through the roles that each character has and their names. So the runner is obviously Sato Takahashi, newcomer to the industry, as I said before. He has a dream of becoming a director one day. However, he's a nervous wreck, he's clumsy, and he messes up from time to time, which isn't the best thing for a runner to do. Like for a runner, you gotta be like holding this like stuff together and doing bits for the crew. However, he does have a good heart and he isn't a quitter. He always tries his best. Main character, you know, the crew all take him under his ring as his first job, and he learns the tricks of the trade. So that's our main character.
Okay.
Second character is our first AD called Frank Oni. So Frank Oni is a stern middle-aged man from New York. He takes no shit from anyone. Like he takes the first AD role really seriously, like any first AD would. If anyone steps out of line on his set, they're met with his fiery temper and don't get on his bad side. He's always snapping at Sato, but he does mean well, and the shoot always takes priority for him. It's the job of a first AD. You need someone that's going to be hard-hitting like that.
Okay.
Anyway, next character. Director, Keido Rita. A laid-back man in his mid-30s, though he may look like he's a lazy good-for-nothing who just rolled out of bed. He's one of the best creative eyes in the industry. Like, he's like really creative director. He like really shines through. He can go from half asleep to a visionary within seconds. Him and Frank always butt heads. However, like when they work together, like their shit's fire. Like it like comes through really well. So like it's like a direct opposite to someone that Frank is like. We got our second AD, Rika Sakuraba. A reliable, honest, and hardworking character, Rika is the golden child of Saturn Media's documentary crew. She's worked there for 2 to 3 years and puts her heart and soul into her job. She is the yang to Frank's yin, so like yin and yang kind of thing, two sides. Where he delivers stern instructions to the crew, Rika quickly and seamlessly makes sure that Frank's needs are met while assisting him and the rest of the crew wherever she can. I've added like a random character trait in this as well. She has a soft spot for cute yet horrifying animals.
Okay.
Because I felt like it feels like Rika wasn't fleshed out enough, so I gave her a quirk.
Sure.
It is a thing. The executive producer, Mr. Ando. For anyone who knows the name Mr. Ando, it's from I stole it from the internet animation. Go and search for it. It's a really good one. He's an old man in his 80s and he barely says anything, but when he's kind of shrouded in mystery. He's like the top dog of Saturn Media. He mostly just nods and he's the one that has the final say on the documentary. He also sends the most ridiculous demands to his crew who have to put up with it. He has no clear idea about the mine. He just orders the crew to make a documentary. He's like, hey, there's going to be something here. Go do it, kind of thing. And he's like more of like the guy that he just says the most ridiculous things and the crew have to do it. They're like, for fuck's sake, the executive producer says we need this. How do we make this happen? So they're all scrambling about trying to make this ridiculous idea happen.
Okay.
And then one of the last of our main characters, the producer and production manager, Miri Kobayashi. She's a stressed out, overworked producer of the show who is overseeing the project and has unintentionally taken on the second job of a production manager, which she deeply regrets, but finds herself too far gone to take it back. She has to deal with the feedback from Mr. Ando while also trying to meet the demands of the crew. She barely gets any sleep and is very much on edge a lot of the time. She's a stickler for the rules and always has a ton of paperwork to do. Though she's overworked, she's incredibly efficient, and by day she just dreams of taking a break. That's her end goal. She just wants to sleep.
Wow. Relatable.
Yeah. Like, it's one of those things, like, when coming up with this, I was like, she's like the producer, and I was like, I'm giving her a lot of stuff here that like a producer would be able to get through quite easily. So I'm gonna add a second job onto her and make her life a living hell. And that's the reason why, like, the source of her stress and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then last of like what is like a kind of character is the miners. So I realized I didn't actually focus, like, this could be any kind of show. So I was like, let's put some miners into this. And I've mainly used them as mascot characters. Kind of like like, have you seen Ice Shield 21, right?
Yeah.
You know that what was it? The really short guy. I can't remember what his name, but he just grunts and like I can't remember what his name is, but
Yeah.
I kind of imagined like a bunch of the miners all looking the same and looking like him.
Okay.
Like, so the miners are short, chubby mascot characters who all look the same. They all work hard, but also get themselves into stupid situations, which isn't amazing for a documentary. However, Kato finds them oddly charming and feels that he can get something out of them. Most of the time, they're all friendly and happy and celebrate the small victories. Like, they don't really say much, but they're like they're there doing their day to day at the mine, but they get into little mishaps, and it's like, for God's sake, we can't make this a documentary and stuff like that. So that's mainly all the characters which I've come up with in Living Life on the Rocks. I've also like created some episode titles to go with this. Only 6 episode titles, bear in mind.
Okay.
So I was going through like the typical like story arc of how this would go in a comedy anime for 10 minutes each episode. And each character kind of gets their own spotlight as well. So the first episode is Welcome to Saturn Media's documentary team. Subtitle Runaway Sato. Episode 2 is called Living in the Sticks. It's hell out here. Episode 3 is called 3 Strikes You're Out. Don't anger the Oni. Obviously focusing on Frank's like character development there.
Okay.
Episode 4 called Sleep Helps Me Work. The Daydreaming Director. So that's like Kato's episode. Episode 5 Breaks Don't Exist. A Day in the Life of Miri Kobayashi. And episode 6 Help Me Rika-chan, the Savior of Saturn Media. So that is basically all what I came up with.
God dang.
But God, like, as I said before, like, it's all came to me in like about the space of 2 hours. So I was just writing that down, thinking, oh, how can I tweak this? How can I tweak that? And then like it's one of those ones that I think I get really creative like in the evenings rather than mornings and stuff. So I did this at like 1 a.m.
No, that makes sense though. Like, wow, what was it? It's like weirdly sort of known that like your best ideas come like at the worst times, as in like often it's stupid late.
Yeah.
And that's where your best ideas come. That's, to be fair, that's half the reason why when I do things, I'm like a night owl. I tend to do things really late because I'm like, oh, actually, that's probably when my best ideas come. So I might as well just be like up late.
Yeah.
Although saying that, I did all of my illustrations during the day.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's one of those ones, like, I think like with sort of like work like illustrations, I feel like, I don't know, ideas come through, from me, in my opinion, at night, and I try and put them together in the day.
Fair.
And that's like kind of like the creative process for me. In the day, I look back on my notes that I've written down at night, like before I go to bed. I'm like, can I make this actually reasonable? Can I actually make this feasible as an idea? But yeah, that's for me anyway. But that is my pitch.
I love that your characters are the trope characters. Like,
oh, absolutely, yeah.
You got your I don't know why you added your own tropes in here, as in like Pepe specific trope. Frank Oni? You all what, you love having a guy from New York called Frank in your shit. Like,
I mean, I had to get like, if there's gonna be an American guy in an anime, I gotta give him the most American name that I can. Also, twinned with Oni, like just make him the ogre.
I almost did the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Axel Pan was originally gonna be American.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, no, he'll just have a weird nickname and he'll just be way into mining.
I actually just imagined Axel Pan as American as well. I just imagined he would be there.
I mean, if I designed him, maybe I'll draw him as a Yankee. So, you know, he's like Japanese, but he's just like way into old American culture, and he's just
okay.
That one Japanese guy in the corner that does speak a little bit of English, and he's like, yeah, dude, mining, bro. Like,
yeah. Oh man.
Maybe he'd look like Japanese Guy Fieri. Mining town. But yeah, like I love that your characters are the tropes, like
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sato being just protag, like
Mm-hmm.
shonen protag, and
Oh man, yeah.
you got your Frank as your typical like grump.
Mm-hmm.
Kado Kado is like such a typical like creative in anime, like, oh, he's so lazy, he
Yeah.
looks so unreliable, but he's the best. All of these characters, I'm just like, I know these characters. Like, I've seen them in stuff.
I think it's because like if I'm creating this comedy anime, I've got to hit the tropes of
Yeah.
like the stuff that I want to try and hit what I can with it. And I took like inspiration from what was it, a couple of animes. One called Working,
Oh yeah.
which is an anime set in a cafe, and I think the other one I took inspiration from was Life Lessons with Urameshi. Onisan. I think I might have got the name wrong there.
I'd not heard of that one, but
It's that one's like an anime about what was it like this guy that's a children's entertainer.
oh, okay.
But like he absolutely hates his job, so he has to. So he's putting on a mask, like, "Hey kids, it's me," and then all the kids are like, "Yeah," and he's like, "I hate all of you." Like he lets it slip every now and then. The kid's like, "Why are you so sad?" He's like, "Oh, I just wait for the sweet release of death."
Oh wow.
It's a really good comedy anime. I love it.
I had to fight the urge to laugh before you got to Mr. Ando because I knew exactly why it was there. I I was like reading along with you because Pepe sent me his notes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we were on Rika, and then I looked down slightly, and I was just like, oh my god, Mr. Ando. Like,
Oh, Mr. Ando, I
Yeah.
love you. I just like I had to include it. I was trying to think of a name for him, and I wanted to go for the Mister because it's like obviously it's your boss, isn't it? So you just was Mister.
Yeah.
So and I just like thought, you know, fuck it, I'm just gonna put Mr. Ando as the reference. Like I just chucked it in there.
Hey, it works, man.
Yeah.
It works. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part of your whole thing, funny enough, is your episode titles.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I can see it. Like, as you were saying it, I could see, like, you know, like the title screen comes up
Yeah.
and, like, there's got, like, maybe the block color or maybe it's got, like, those little animations like, oh, some dirt splashes in from the side
Yeah.
here. And then it's like, you know, living in the sticks, it's hell out here.
Yeah.
Like, I could see all these, like, little animations for it. And I was like, fuck, they sound like real, actual, like, title episodes.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, dude, they work so well for an anime because I'm like, that's exactly what they would sound like.
Yeah, I think I literally just took inspiration from like just a whole bunch of like different stuff, man. That's what it is. Like cause like so certain animes do their titlings like completely weird as well. Like Hunter x Hunter that like puts X's between them and stuff like that. And I just like I think I was originally just gonna go for like the first line, but then adding the second line is kind of what makes them anime titles, you know what I mean?
Nah, the subtitles is what really sold it. Like
Yeah.
it just adds that extra little like something that I'm like, oh god, this is like real.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could see these written out, you know, Netflix, Crunchyroll, whatever, you know, like
Yeah.
on the list episode. I'm like, those literally could be episode names.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Those episode titles are so good.
Oh man, thank you. I think that's it. I was just like trying to like again like giving each character their time to shine and like kind of displaying that in like ways that don't sound like they're too similar to each other either. I think that's what it was. But no, thank you, man. Oh man.
I
appreciate it.
I also, it's funny when you said the miners were like that guy from Ice Shield because when I read Short Chubby Mascot,
Yeah.
I thought back to when I was trying to put together some stuff for this.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, from Toy Story 2, the Prospector.
Oh, Stinky Pete.
Yeah, Stinky Pete. I just imagined like a bunch of Stinky Petes.
Yeah, that would have vibed as well, you know.
But like not Stinky Pete's with you know, Frasier's voice. Like
Oh yeah.
not the actual like voice, but just like they made a bunch of like I don't know, like deep southern grunts or just like
Yeah.
weird noises, like even just meep, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, that is like I wanted them to just do that kind of grunting thing, like literally no speech. I don't want them to talk whatsoever. I just like the meep noise. I want them to just go meep Well, I don't want any dialogue from these miners. Like, that's what makes it even better. It's a documentary about these people. And it's just like they don't speak at all, which makes it even better.
So like the options for the noises are so good. Like you could have even, like in Peanuts, like Snoopy, wop wop wop, like just a bunch of those like kind of noises.
Oh man, like, I mean, they could like, that's a good thing about it. Is you can make them all like different noises as well. They could all go like, oh no, we're gonna. Bruh.
Sheesh. Just a bunch of little mining guys running around. Sheesh.
I like to think they actually only say one word. It's like top of the morning. That's the only thing.
That's the only phrase they know.
Yeah,
top of the morning.
Top of the morning. Top of the morning.
These little Japanese miners. Top of the morning.
They're all Irish.
Hey, they got a New Yorker there.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, there isn't a mine in Japan, so maybe the Irish just came over and decided to mine in Japan somewhere. They found a village somewhere, which is honestly like I set this up like, as I said before, I was gonna go for like the real life aspects, like the was it like the mining strikes in like 1984, and I was gonna go for like a kind of like a Studio Ghibli style thing.
Oh, whoa.
Where it's like a wind rises was my other option.
Whoa,
Yeah,
I never thought about that.
that was my other thing.
Wow, I could see that.
I think, and that I I actually came up with a title for that as well. It was called Forever Mine.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of like, obviously, like it's about a documentary maker who just it wasn't too fleshed out. It was literally a one-line pitch, and then I decided to go for this. But it was like kind of about like a director who just wants to like make a documentary about the mining strikes, and then just falls in love with like someone or whatever. But yeah.
That does sound really Ghibli.
Yeah, that's one thing, because I was like, I can't really make this into a series, but I can make that. Does sound like a movie or something. That could be like
Yeah.
especially a Ghibli vibes with The Wind Rises. That would have been my other option.
I do love though that again, and we say it every time we get to pitches. Whilst this time we might have struggled on the same word, for once we've come up with two different interpretations of it.
Yeah, very.
Whereas like yours is about the documentary crew and making the documentary. Mine is the actual like, oh, it is actually a documentary anime, quote unquote. Like I think it's interesting how we've interpreted the words.
I think that's one thing you have to like kind of run with that kind of thing, because like a documentary anime, like you have to try and find some sort of niche with that. And with yours, for example, going for the actual making like the anime, the documentary itself is such a freaking cool idea. Like,
oh, I appreciate it.
Like just imagining like something that's never been done before. That's the one thing. Like mine is very stereotypical. It's been done before, but it's a different setting. Whereas yours is like completely like that is an original idea. Like there's like actually pieces to camera in anime. Like I imagine it would be pieces to camera, right? As well.
Yeah. There would be like the testimonials. And God, I can't believe we were struggling.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were gonna make it out.
Yeah, like even like you said about the mockumentary style, like kind of thing about it. Like I could totally see it working, and it is like coming up with like that story is like there's a lot of like good potential there. I like that.
Oh, I think it was just interesting because it was like, I don't know. I think I focused too heavily on an actual documentary. That's probably why I followed it almost to the T and just was like, what is real, and then turn it into anime.
Yeah.
Whereas yours was like, okay, what anime can I make into this kind of brief? So again, it's like besides the actual pitches themselves, because like I love most of our pitches because they're just like, whoa, how we're so close and yet we are so different at the same time. But like it's always hearing the thought process that really gets me, because I'm like, dude, I didn't even consider any of I didn't consider making an anime first and then filling in the rest. I was just like, no, documentary that happens to be an anime, not the other way round.
That's one thing as well, because I was thinking about it, like, could you do like a documentary, like an actual physical documentary that isn't an anime, and making the documentary the main subject and then the anime is the second part? But like, how do you incorporate mining into that? It's so difficult. So yeah,
I mean, the only other way I saw it, and I just thought of it like on the spot, was like, it's documentary because it's an actual anime studio that you forced to go mining, and then they have to partially animate some of it, so it's like almost mixed media, like an Adventures of Gumball. So it's maybe like real people in animated backgrounds, or maybe it's animated backgrounds with real people, something like that.
you know what? Like, it sounds like it like what we made it sound like it's like a reality show
Almost.
where like it kind of like we sent a group of animators into a mine to do, and this is what they came out with. And it's just them like literally struggling to mine and stuff like that. That sounds like kind of like that kind of thing. That sounds quite fun.
Again, that was just off the top of my head like a second ago, because I was like, how would you do it? And it's only very loosely anime. It's more it's not even documentary really, reality show, but like
it's the fact that you've chucked animators into it, basically.
Pretty much.
I was kind of thinking of it like, you know, those like Batsu games, like the punishment games.
God, that would be like the worst punishment for animators. Like
film, like I imagine it filmed like that, and there's like those reactions of like people on screen like in the corner like
oh yeah, no, right. So right now, me and Pepe, we're testing a new thing. This is just like behind the scenes. We're actually video calling each other for the first time. You're not gonna see it, so don't ask. I'm just gonna throw that in there now. But like, I've got it, and I'm like a tiny window in the corner, and I'd imagine it's the same for you. That's what I'm imagining as well, like the reactions, the big text across the screen, like you know that same like sparkle transition. It comes up, and then they're just like.
And there's like little like sound effects. There's little sound effects on the side of the screen in the corner and stuff like that. And there's like little like like it would totally work. It would totally be a thing. But that is
it worked.
I mean, it's like
I mean, like I'd imagine just do like it's the guy.
So
guy.
You gotta have to show a visual representation of what's going on. Just like
I probably have to, but like for Pepe, he got it.
I got it completely. I know exactly. We're both on the same page here.
Yeah, but it's just like slightly off. Like at an angle, like diagonal, looking at it, like nodding along.
And it's like about 5 people right behind the desk, and they're all like switching to each other, like, oh,
no. Nanika.
But yeah, honestly, like I think like the 2 pictures that we've come up with like today, like some of my favorite pictures that we've come up with in this entire pictures series, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think both of these are really freaking strong, and I really like. I like both. It sounds really wanky, the fact that I've just said I really like my pitch, but like no, I think I like both of these. I think both of these would actually hold up and actually become a thing.
No, I actually agree with you on that. Like some of, like generally our pitches are decent. They're okay. I don't want to like blow smoke up our asses or whatever, like I don't want to inflate our egos and be like, oh, we're so fucking amazing, every pitch is so good. But like these ones I'm like are actually pretty solid, and if they were real things, I feel like they'd be different enough that I wouldn't, even though we're both like animes, right? It wouldn't be like competing directly against each other, even though it's got the same themes.
Obviously not, no. Yeah.
Like similar themes, but I'm just like, these are really good, and I don't think I've actually felt this way since probably the first one where we did the horror movies.
I completely agree. Yeah, I think like at that point that was like a really good like those are 2 really good ideas there as well. And I think like since then there's I don't know, I feel like it's some of them I've, like you said, have been decent, but I don't think they quite hit it. Like I think the last one that we did, the wrestling the luchador crime one.
Yeah.
Like I really struggled on that one.
Like I'm trying to go back through my notes just to like
Because there was the Cyberpunk YouTube was the other one.
Yeah, that one was a struggle.
Yeah. I know you really like my idea about KS Cyberpunk as well, Nathan. I think you really
Yes,
enjoyed that.
You're amazing. I love you bastard.
And then what was the third one? Because like, oh, it's the multiverse manga, weren't it?
Oh, okay. The multiverse manga, I actually preferred your idea. I thought mine was a bit like,
Yeah,
it was okay.
I think that's one thing. I think like sometimes one of us will struggle with it. And, like, it is natural to do that kind of thing. Like, what the fuck? Sometimes trying to come up with these things isn't easy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Actually, that's the thing. Thinking about all the topics we've done, I'm like, so in the middle portions, right? There's like, okay, I've liked one and I've not liked one of the others.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like your pitch more than my own. Sometimes I'm like, oh, my pitch was pretty decent.
Yeah.
But like, again, not since the first one have I been like, yo, both of these are sick.
Yeah.
Like, these are good.
I agree completely. I think both of these are like hold up really well. Anyway, before we start throwing any more smoke up our own asses,
yeah.
I think we should probably wrap it up. Again, like, thank you for listening, guys. Out of both of these pictures, do you have a favorite? Do you, like, come up with your own pitch as well?
Oh, dude,
like, let us know in the comments. Like, that'd be great.
Please, seriously, Pepe's right. Please do that. Like, if you got an idea, put it in the comments, tweet at us, like, however you can contact us, please let us know. I'm so I would actually be interested to see what other people come up with.
Yeah.
I think we do this, like, call to action all the time, and it doesn't actually happen, and it's kind of sad, because I'm like, guys, this could be really cool. I understand maybe some people are like, nah, someone's going to steal my idea, and I'm like,
yeah,
fair play to you. I know how that's like, except, you know, I kind of can't care, because this is the idea of the episode. But yeah, like, seriously, please, if you got an idea, just put it out there. There's nothing. Literally, if Pepe can make me make Cyberpunk KSI channel, there is not a stupid idea, okay? There is not a stupid idea if Pepe can make me make those thumbnails and shit for his pitch. So please put your ideas out there.
But yeah, honestly, like, I think that'd be so cool to hear any other people's ideas. That'd be so fun. Obviously, don't feel obligated to. But yes, like, send us your ones and like let us know what you think of these ones as well. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button to get notifications on our videos. Check links in the descriptions. We're on Twitter. It was now X. Who knows? And now it's we've also like got our like links to the podcast stuff. All the podcast places where we're at. You know, all those ones. Spotify. Where you listen to podcasts, we're there. Go check it out.
Literally,
those are in the description.
Pretty much all the podcast platforms. Go find it.
Yeah. And yes, on that note, thank you for listening, guys, and we will see you next time for another Cultured Boys episode. Bye.
Bye.